So, we the righteous lords. This is what I teach about. The Lord proprietors establishing your proprietorship, right? For trade, right? So now we redefining this. We taking our Lord status back, right? You are the Lords. You feel me? Carolina. Look at this. So they say that these are barricades. Cause you see, they got the gun barrels. But these look like mound structures, if you ask me. Could two be true? Alright, it should be a boat coming up. I think I see a glimpse of it in the corner of my eye. So I'm gonna get that history. That's the Ashley River there. Very nice. So just think about the land before slavery. That's really like as we heal, we need to get past that barrier. You feel me? So let's see what they talking about. So they came to Carolina, right? So they knew about Carolina, and like I tell you, Carolina has been here. Carolina was here. It's an ancient empire. It's an ancient empire. Across the marsh from here. Oyster Point. So that's a reference point. Oyster Point. The port city known as Charleston. So Oyster Point is that peninsula. I actually got a picture of it in the air yesterday. I'll show you. Really good. I got a really good picture of it. That's it. That's this. They call it Oyster Point. See what I'm saying? So that is this, which is this, right? We're on this side. Ideal location for a port city. So that's like Istanbul.
You're at risk.
Yeah, you know. Good job. It's good to see some of my people, for real. How y'all doing? What's going on? Alright, here's the ship. Here's the ship. Or the boat, rather. On the pictures I saw on the pictures I seen on their web page, when you search it, they had an English flag flying. Oh, there it is. Boom. It's kind of outdated though. So here's that. Here's the English flag. I don't know if y'all can see it flying, but you know we fly that because we speak English. Yep. Okay. Let me get a picture of this. And let's get some history on it. St. Augustine, Barbados. Ship on import conditions. Seizing the Grand Council of Charlestown seized the ship. Sailing is dead and disgraced. The former owners remain. The kids, the Fellowship of Carolina, the council ordered the ship to be repaired. Right in this very place, then loaded with goods, sent to Barbados, turned to the Lord proprietors. London. London is that way, it says. Jamestown, St. Aug. The ship skeleton depicts the earliest stage of shipbuilding. Now, I want you to think about the Phoenicians, the original shipbuilders. Starts with the ship backbone near sting point. The skeleton. If you go below that, see it's where you can have see it's king. Boat building was a big business in Charlestown because ships were vital for trade and community. Even before the St. Colonies building in 1672. I love to get out on the water out here. Look at that. It's trapped. Very nice. That shit. Wow. So if it was an ideal port city to the settlers, clearly it was a ideal. Carolina meant to make money for the Lord proprietors who received his land from England's King Charles. Across the creek from where you stand, you could see 40 acres were cleared and experimental crops were planted for the quest of agricultural wealth. Badly misjudged, the climate's the Lord's help to hope raised exotics like sugarcane, which was enriching landowners in Barbados. However, profitable crops proved elusive, and the proprietors soon focused on trades with native people and abandoning the plantation. So we're going to say indigenous peoples. Within 20 years, the coastal planters would discover the profitability of cultivating rice, thereby validating the Lord's dreams of an agriculture-based economy. So they gave up their plantation. Historic and African-American community of Maryville now stands on the site of their failed experiment. By 16, a Star State palisade was a wall protected homes now being the Lord proprietors plantation where some of the 30 farmhands worked. Under and shows picture. So you got to realize again too that their whole concept, everything, even with the slavery. If I go back into the museum, it's going to show you that they learned that from the Indians. The Indians had slaves, right? So, with that being said, if the Indians had all the slaves, the concept of lordship comes from the Indians. That's all our culture. So we have to take that back. But we just correct the whole misnomer of slavery. I believe in paying people. I believe in paying them good. And I was talking to a brother from Turkey yesterday. He's from Adana. And he was saying how, we were talking about people from foreign countries working for American businesses. And so what we had talked about was, how bad their economy is right now in Turkey. And he was saying how it would take 6 months for them to just let me see, I'm gonna go back the other way because I see where that's taking me. It'll take 6 months for them to get a cell phone, like an iPhone, new iPhone 16, 17, whatever number it's on. Whereas here in the States, it'll take 2 days. Or 2 days of work. So he put it in perspective like that. And so to me that's slavery. And then the point of slavery. Okay, I gotta cut this off. The point of slavery was to increase the profit margin. And I was asking him, is there phone service businesses, when they work for the American companies, do they pay them good? And he was talking about how the Indians are doing all of that stuff, like the call centers and stuff, the East Indians, if you will. So I was telling him, do they pay them the same amount? And obviously I know they don't, but that's what I'm saying. That's a form of slavery. As close as I've ever been to a bird. Hey, little fella. I don't bite. It's a monarch. So yeah, man, I've been wanting to get out here. So this is the first successful colony in North America. And I'm gonna go back and read up on that history later on this ship. I don't know if that's the original one or a replica. It looks like a replica, to be honest with you, unless they refurbish it. But yeah. Whoa. Just stepped in the pothole. Huh. Let's get these pictures. I'll read up here. That's going to be important because another point I want to make is that if we were the original shipbuilders, then then we could have sailed all around the world. You know what I mean? And why would they need to build ships if they already had ships if they came over here, right? So obviously we were Carolinians. Look up the Carolinian Empire and where it all stretched to. Austria, France, Germany, parts of Ireland and Scotland, and Italia, which was called Lombardy before it was called Italy. It's called Lombardy. So these are all parts of the Carolinian Empire. This is long before colonization, though. Way long before colonization. Bro, I can't get over how this just looks like a set of mounds. So, for trade. So, I need to get a picture of that real quick. Because I think that's what they call Sakura. Is this, they got Sakura on there? Nah, that's not the one. Is it? Alright. So yeah. Like, we could have been the original shipbuilders if we were indigenous to this soil and then went all over the world and established settlements. So like, what if it was all in reverse, you know? I bet you if you dig, you'll find something. You just don't know what's, we don't know what's beneath our feet. Yeah, here goes the Sakura. They call it Sakura. That was the ancient name for Carolina. Sakura. Chicka. Chick. Alright, man. I'm cutting off this video number 2. Alright? Part 2.